Hello, ladies. I'm just coming on really quickly. I was in the middle of a coaching session today with our lovely Reet, who is our resident vegan right now. She is a wonderful, dear friend and so committed to the process. She's about 6 or 7 weeks in, has been doing tons of traveling for work, which has been a real challenge for her, and is a vegan. And it's doable to be a vegan and to do a reboot, but there's challenges because all of your protein sources are also vegetable, therefore have a lot of carbohydrate involved. And I've been a vegan myself. I understand, the challenge of what it is, but she has embraced it. She's worked it. She's made it happen. And she shared some very amazing things during our session today. And I said, would you mind if we turned on the record button and just got some of this information down? Because it's about 6 or 7 weeks in, it's about halfway through the process when for a lot of people, your progress slows down. It's starting to wear on you a little bit, and you're either really embracing it or it's really challenging you. And she shared such universally amazing things I'm so proud of, things she's discovered herself. She has some recommendations on, some tools that she's found. And it's just a couple minutes long, but I thought how great it would be to record this. And she very graciously said to go ahead and share it. So here you go, Reet Core. Okay, so Reet, tell me again about this weighing device that you got.
Yeah, it's called Renpo. And I didn't even know that we had it because my husband was using it. So one day my son downloaded this app on my phone, and he was tracking his weighing numbers, and I was like, this is pretty cool. So I created my own persona, my profile, and I started tracking all my weight and the measurements in there. One of the things which I noticed was that my BMI number was way off. It was showing that I'm obese. And with your program, I've noticed that my BMI number now from obese, it has dropped me down to overweight. And my visceral fat, it has gone down to so there are these different color codings like red, orange, green. So my visceral fat is now in acceptable limits in green.
And where was it in the beginning?
It was a little on the far end of orange. It was going to be touching the red. And my tummy, I went through a failed IVF. After that, I gained a lot of weight on my stomach area. And all of a sudden now, that is the first area which has dropped.
Well, that's wonderful. That's hormonal things that are changing too, because this is a hormone balancing act that we're doing as well. So your hormones are getting back to normal, which is great. And you said that it gave some age indication.
My metabolic age was showing like 5 years elder to where I am today. And now it has come to, my actual age, but I'm waiting to look much younger.
No, but you've reversed aged 5 years in 7 weeks.
Yes, exactly.
Despite all of now, you're traveling quite a bit. So this is despite all of your traveling.
Yeah.
But what if people have been noticing on you changes? Has anybody mentioned anything about changes that they notice?
Yeah, they just come over to me and they say that my upper body has completely I have lost a lot of weight. They say that okay, it seems like you
right here. Yeah.
Yes, right here as well. And I have noticed that my inflammation has kind of gone away.
Good. That's a great health sign. Yeah.
I remember the first time I was meeting you, the first thing when you looked at me, you said, you are highly inflamed. And that is what I used to feel every morning. I would get up, my face was always puffed up. Yeah. So I've noticed that has gone down. But I do have to say that, sometimes people feel that, okay, let me just give up this one time. And let me just have that dessert, which is given to me, let's say in a professional dinner. But I think that you have to just keep that discipline that, I don't care about this. I care about my size 6 jeans or size 6 jumpsuit, right?
Right.
And look like Caroline.
I think you and I would have to get on a very big rack and be stretched to look like Caroline. Long-legged thing that she is so beautiful. But you would not believe how gorgeous she looked in her jumpsuit that day. It was
Yep.
unbelievable. You also said your fatigue letter, something about your fatigue was better.
Yes, it is better, but I think I need to work more on, eating. So as I have been talking to you about eating, foods which are dense in nutrition. So I think I need to focus more on that just because I'm a vegan. Um, I feel that if people are not, if I had a choice and if I wasn't a vegan, oh my God, this program would have been so much easier for me.
It would. It is. I told you, it's a challenge. It's doable, but it's challenging because all your protein sources have high carbohydrate levels.
Yes.
And the habits of being just culturally as a vegan,
Mhm.
the habit is brown rice and beans as like a basis where it's been drilled into you that that is the perfect food combo. And to step away from that, you're almost lost like, well, what can I eat?
Yes.
And there's so much of a focus and such a concern over where are you getting your protein? Where are you getting your protein? That most vegans have far more protein than they actually need.
Mhm.
They're overdoing it in the amount
Yep.
of protein that they're getting. But
And one thing I would like to say is that, like, I hear from people saying that, oh, cheese is my weakness, or, dessert is my weakness, I cannot live without it, right? I feel that, like, don't starve yourself from, like, okay, you can't have those desserts, but what else can you do, right? So for example, I know this week you noticed that I really wanted to I have a sweet tooth, so I haven't had anything sweet for the past like 6 weeks. But this week I was like, let me have some blueberries, right? Just to top it off. So just look for those alternatives rather than just diving
or
in
your
and
one night a week of your chocolate, really
yes.
enjoy it and get
Yep.
mindful with it, really experience the chocolate and really be with it in that moment and appreciate it for all its yumminess, because
Yeah.
that's a great thing to look forward to.
Although I felt guilty afterwards, I was like, why did I eat this?
Reet, you have such you're always like, I have a confession, you're gonna hate me. And I'm like, first of all, I'm never gonna hate you, and I'm not your priest. So you don't have to worry about confessing to me. I'm never gonna come down around your ears. But I love that what I notice is that you're making that shift from I can't have that to I won't have that.
Yes.
There's a shift that happens when your hunger goes away and your sweet tooth goes away, and you kind of the world kind of clears up a little bit, and you
Yes.
start seeing other things that can be pleasurable in your life,
Yep.
like maybe being super healthy and present for your family and for your life,
Yep.
traveling and doing all these things healthfully with all of the inflammation and feeling good in your own skin after the IVF and everything.
Yep.
It's hard to feel good in your skin again. People,
Mhm.
men don't realize what we go through with all those kind of hormonal
Yes.
things. It's
Yeah.
hard.
And I have to say this, that my husband keeps on telling me that, like, earlier he used to tell me, you need to watch out what you eat. You need to work out a little harder. But no, those things, they just didn't work for me for the past 2 years. I have been trying, right? So I really
Yeah.
think that this thing is working, where when you relax your body, when you lower down your stress levels, it automatically I think normalizes your hormones.
Yes.
And
And this
because
is a
of that,
marathon, not a sprint. This
not
is
a,
a marathon. Life is not a short, like you're not running to get there. This isn't a diet that's over in a number. This
yep.
is a lifestyle. You have to kind of breathe and say, okay, I need to make my peace with whatever this is. How will I
Yes.
be able to do that?
And I
So
have to share a story before I go.
go.
So I go to this because I'm from an Indian descent. So I go to Indian temple every weekend on a Sunday. And, after the prayers, there is this small, it's not a dessert, but it's like, I don't know how to tell you, like, it's like a blessing. They will give you some dessert, and that dessert I have had since my childhood. And this Sunday I was there and I got that dessert, and, like, people treat it as that, okay, I have to have this is, like, a gift from God. So I took it. I couldn't say no for it. So I just wrapped it in a napkin and I came outside and I gave it to a kid, right? So I
Oh, made
think
his
that
day.
so I really think that, you have to be internally strong. Like you have to have a very strong willpower for at least 16 weeks, right?
Yeah,
Then when
yeah.
you see that change, that will give you such encouragement to continue with this program.